Yo everyone, what is going on? Couriway here, and welcome to a very exciting video. This is a reaction to the new world record that was gotten at the time of this video 2 days ago by my good friend Zylenox, and I could not be happier for him. He deserved this world record so much. So before we get into anything here, go check out all of Zylenox's socials in the description down below. He is an incredibly skilled runner. He deserved this world record so much. This is actually Zylenox's second world record in this category. The first ever Minecraft sub 8, and I'm so excited to break this run down for you now. And let's get into this reaction. So before we actually hop into this run, if you're unfamiliar with Minecraft speedrunning, you're probably very confused at what we're looking at. This is a wall of Minecrafts. It's just called the wall, and basically this is used. You have a bunch of Minecrafts open at the same time to try and reset for the best seeds possible, which allows for crazy times like what you're about to see. And Zylenox's little mouse cursor is this thing in the middle. He's got this little friend on his wall to keep him company. And let's get into this run. This is an absolutely insane Minecraft speedrun. Like I said, the first ever sub 8. This beat the old Minecraft world record by over 30 seconds, which is crazy. I think 30 seconds exactly, but still insane. You can see he has F3 and a pie chart on his bottom right. He's using that pie chart in a specific manner to locate a buried treasure, which he finds here. He's going to dig down. It's very obvious to tell where this is if you're an experienced runner because of the gravel and the stone jutting out of it. He's also able to mine the gravel on top and just get a free flint from that. So just a 1 in 10 chance from that just happening, which is amazing. Able to put everything away in his inventory, light the TNT on fire, has everything he could possibly need. A bunch of salmon from the buried treasure, which is the most meta way to start a speedrun at this point because of the food you get, because of the materials you get. The TNT is also super useful for blocks, which you'll see. And he's able to just go right into this magma ravine, which is also right next to his spawn. Unfortunately, he doesn't remember that he has a flint and steel because it's not in his hotbar, and mines again for gravel. But thankfully, he gets it so fast, so it's not really that much of a time loss. Double FNS strats coming out from Zylenox here. We love to see that. So he's going to make his nether portal here. Clean portal, very nicely done. I make my nether portals the same way, just not as fast at all. And he's actually going to change that pie chart around. Now, instead of looking for buried treasure, he's going to be looking to see if he gets a mob spawner on that pie chart. But he doesn't have to worry about that at all because this nether entry is gorgeous. Right off the bat, he's able to see, boom, blaze spawner on his left. You might have been covered by my face cam there, but blaze spawner on the left. Housing bastion on the right here. I believe this is a housing bastion. And just insane start to a nether on an unbelievable entry. You have to remember, a 108, 109, whatever he entered, most runners are trying to get sub 2. So he's almost a minute faster than what the most optimal kind of enter you want as a speedrunner, top level speedrunner is. He's getting housing here. This is a housing bastion. By the way, if you do see lag in this video, it's not you, it's not me either. It's Zylenox's internet, which is unfortunately not very great. But it was still good enough to get this run eventually verified, and it's still watchable. But if you're like, hey, is my PC lagging? No, it's Zylenox's internet during the course of this run. Anyway, he's going to mine. He mined the chest in the middle of the housing bastion there to aggravate all the piglin, and then he made a pathway for them to all get to him. You may have saw him do something pretty cool with the FNS there. Light a bit of ground on fire. That's basically to make sure the piglins don't get lost anywhere. They're kind of path found another way up to him in a very specific manner. That way, he doesn't have to worry about any getting lost, and he's able to get the most amount of piglins possible. Now, if you're familiar with Minecraft speedrunning, you probably know that housing is the best bastion possible, but if you're not, let me explain why really quick. Housing is amazing because it gives you 9 gold blocks at the bottom. You have a bunch of easily accessible chests, and it's one of the best, it is the best bastion for kind of task overlapping, trading the gold with the piglins, while also, as he gets an insane amount of obsidian in that chest, wow. Task overlapping, trading the gold with the piglin while also still mining it. So it's the fastest bastion because of that reason. He has 20 obsidian, he has pearls, he has string, he has 6 salmon still. Everything you could possibly need. This is an unbelievable play from Zylenox here. Actually heads out the back of this bastion instead of going all the way back towards the top and everything. This way, he noticed the terrain earlier on in the seed when he actually, you know, got here. Beautiful pearls, by the way, to get to the spawner and 2 pearl throws. Just absolutely incredibly well done. But he noticed the terrain when he was originally going to the bastion, and that allowed him to recognize, okay, when I leave this bastion, I can go out the back here and save probably 10 to 15 seconds on just expert terrain navigation, which was really well done here. By the way, this pace at the spawner, if you're like, wow, this is really fast, it is. This is, I believe, the second or third fastest fort enter ever. And this is just unbelievable. Unfortunately, he does botch a little bit. You may be familiar with something called a blaze bed. This is very similar. With buried treasures, you can do something similar to a blaze bed, which is just TNT in the spawner, which is what he's doing here. But like I said, he kind of botched it a little bit there. Definitely just nerves because of the insane pace that he is on in this run. Like, I cannot stress that enough. There was never a point in this run where it wasn't insane. Sometimes in world records, you know, it kind of just magically happens that, oh, I'm now on pace. Like, this is now world record. This entire run is absurd pace. Like, at no point was this run ever a doubt of world record pace, which is just really, really cool and speaks to how good Zylenox is as a player, that under all these circumstances, he was still able to perform at a high level and be able to make this run look very, very good and never really lose his pace anywhere. Even with a bit of unlucky moments, you might have noticed earlier when he was building out this platform for the Blazes to not be underneath and have the issues that he was having earlier at the spawner. Yeah, sure. One blaze rod actually dropped, so he lost a blaze rod there, which was really unfortunate. He leaves his first portal, is able to throw his first Eye of Ender. He's using a calculator here, so he's going to be able to expertly know where the stronghold ends up being. Throws his first Eye, not too precise of a throw, so he decides to move over very slowly, or not slowly, but very minimally to the side here to get a double read on the eye at a slightly different angle. And with how precise he is with his eye measurements, he's able to know with 98.4% certainty where the stronghold is. So he's obviously just going to bank on 98.4%. That's pretty good chances. And all he has to do now is just wait as the blaze is just in the middle of nowhere. Again, I don't know if you can see that behind my webcam or not, but that blaze is so far to the left. He's going to throw a pearl and then lower his chunk so that the pearl is not loaded. But now he's going to be able to maximize his render again so that the pearl lands. This is kind of just min-maxing all the time you could possibly have in the run. And now, through another eye, he's going to the coordinates. You could see on the calculator it says location percent distance nether. He's going to the nether chords, which is 202, negative 62. Throws another pearl, which is very risky because now he needs a one eye, but he needed a one eye anyway because one of his eye throws broke when he was doing navigation or eye measurements, so he needed a one eye anyway. This is a beautiful lava portal. So now he only has 11 pearls, so he'll have 0 extra pearls when he enters the end, which could be a bit annoying if the terrain is bad. He's going to do something called preemptive right here. We're looking for a big orange spike. You might have saw it there. Let me just rewind really quickly so you see it. Has his pie chart open. This is the same one as the buried treasure. Looking for a big spike in the orange while he's zooming in here. Boom, there it is. Knows from that spike that it's very likely to be the portal room. Basically, it's kind of recognizing where you're looking, if it has a spawner or not. And obviously, the silverfish spawner in the end portal is what we're looking for. So he's able to find that here. Really well done. Again, this pace, absurd. I don't know if this is the fastest end to enter ever, but if it's not, it's incredibly close. Insane pace, 6:15 end enter. But again, like we said, he doesn't have any extra pearls, so he has to do a little bit of like a mini speed bridge here to actually get to the end. Thankfully, he has his trusty 8 gilded blackstone along with his 35 gravel, which is going to get him to the promised land. Something when I was watching this run live at this point, and something I was very, very worried about was the fact that the dragon could potentially, with how long he was taking to get to the middle, it could have perched this direction, which he's running now, which would have been very bad. It would have been very bad. It would have been actually a very close call. I think he actually might have been fast enough to make it not happen, but it would have been catastrophic because it's just slower and no speedrunner sets up for that. So, would have lost a significant amount of time there. But now all he has to do is just wait for the dragon to perch. Doesn't get the 1 in 13, which is like the best perch you can possibly get. But, thankfully, after the dragon does a little bit of fun stuff, I mean, hey, you're watching this video, you know it's eventually going to come. After the dragon does a little bit of funky stuff here, you can kind of recognize it's starting to go, starting to go, starting to go. And at this point, you know it's perching. This final snap back towards the 2 towers is the seal. And then, this is it. The 1 cycle for the first sub 8. Enjoy the 1 cycle. Insane last bed.
What the dude?
Insane. Absolutely insane.
Holy yeah!
So deserved. Zylenox is an unbelievable runner and a very good friend of mine. I honestly could not be happier for him. I have been watching his streams so much recently just because of how skilled of a speedrunner he is. I mean, I'm sure you saw it in this run. Like, the mechanics are just off the charts. He's an unbelievable runner. This is incredibly deserved. And before we go, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Again, check him out in the description. Before we go, I want to show you what I think is probably the coolest thing any world record holder has ever done after getting a world record that I have seen. I don't think anyone else has ever done this before. He does end up opening the server to LAN, puts the IP in his chat, as you can see in the bottom, And boom. Opens it up. And everyone who is watching, if they feel like it, can join the world record world. Which I think is a really, really cool touch. And a cool thing he did. Again, for like the 20th time, go check out Zylenox. Unbelievable runner, great friend. If you enjoyed this and you want to see me react to more runs, definitely subscribe. I do a bunch of speedrunning content. I'm currently trying to beat Minecraft 100,000 times in a row, basically before I'm too old to do it anymore. We're closing in on 2,000 actually, so if you're interested in that, go check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/Couriway. But it's not about me, it's about the guy under my face, Zylenox, the first ever sub 10. No, first ever sub 8. Go show him some love. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in a video very soon. Bye, everyone.